Dragon Ball and fighting games. They're basically joined at the hip for reasons obvious to anybody with eyes. So this year, we got treated to a new Dragon Ball fighting game, a 2D one, something the series hadn't seen for a long time. And this one was made by Arc System Works, the people behind Blaze and Guilty Gear, so y'all knew it was gonna be good. And now that I have my hands on it, allow me to talk about my experiences with the game after a few hours. So let's talk about that story mode. It's utter garbage. What happens during the story mode is simple. Clones have started popping out of nowhere, and all the villains that were previously defeated were brought back to life. And when Goku and company go to investigate this phenomenon, they're mysteriously knocked out. What happens after this is usually that the main character of that arc will awaken to find out that a soul has been placed into their body, and without it, they're basically powerless thanks to these mysterious ways that suppress the fighter's power. After this is where story mode goes to crap. One main thing that persists throughout all the story mode is just how much filler there is. It's almost surprising how many chapters end with characters talking about doing something, and then the next chapters when they do said thing, making that previous chapter pointless in the grand scheme of things. This isn't helped by the boards. See, in a story mode, you progress by going through game boards, and when you land on a board with the character on it, you fight them. Simple enough, but these battles get annoying real fast, as the AI remains at a basic level throughout most of Goku and Frieza's arc, so there is no challenge for you, especially during Goku's arc, as his story mode is filled with these tutorial battles where for most of them, the enemy is usually just standing there and won't do anything, so you can just charge up and release those supers and specials until they're dead. They feel like they're here because ArcSys couldn't put up a prompt asking players who are new to the game if they want to go through a short little tutorial to get the basics of it and stuff, you know? Instead, they just put it right in here and hope for the best. The clone battles aren't that great either. You'll be fighting the same couple of characters almost every board, and they aren't harder, so it just gets mind-numbingly boring. Most of the time I wasn't bothering finding every enemy on the board, I just went the way of the shortest amount of enemies just so I could get done with it. Story mode does have a few good things however. It really shows how beautiful the game is. The character moves smoothly, and god, that lighting looks great at times. And while it's not exactly related to the story mode, the dramatic finishes the game has are pure eye candy. These basically recreate scenes from the anime, and can these be a must-have for anime fighters? Please. Though I really wish the game had an auto-skip text option, as sometimes the game needs the camera to move to a certain location, but the character could be finished speaking, and you would obviously hit the button to continue on, but that just makes everything jerk to the place it should be, and that looks really bad. You also get a nice look at the backgrounds and just see how ugly they look at up close. Seriously, from afar, they aren't half bad, but look at the lab. This looks straight up a PS2 game. And the soundtrack is amazing. All the character and level themes are all memorable. That opening theme is great, even though the opening is straight up stolen from Guilty Gear. Come on, we can't deny that. The story mode is by far the weakest part of the game, and it really feels like ArcSys just put it here just to give the game more single player content, which kills me because I do think this could have been used to ease new players into the world of Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's easy enough to not be too punishing for those who won't get the mechanics, and due to your health not generating between matches, it forces you to experiment with characters, something that you might have ignored otherwise. And like I said, the game isn't too punishing, so you won't have that big of a problem playing as characters you suck at. That's how I found some of my mains. Luckily, the game shines outside of the story mode. Unlike a certain other Dragon Ball fighting game, the characters feel different from one another. You get to do exact same combos as Goku as you could when you're hit, and vice versa. The fighting in itself is very fast and fun and can get really hectic. The game is relatively easy to learn. All the moves are executed by using a really simple motion, and there's auto combos, so it's easy to learn, but hard to master. My real only main gripe with the fighting is that I really wish you were able to change what moves your assist was. It seems restricted to limit you to only what the game lets you do, and it also didn't help that some characters have nearly the exact same move, but I'll admit it's a minor and subjective issue. Dragon Ball FighterZ is a fun game, but that single player content is shaky. But if you can stomach it, you'll find a really good fighter. And with all that, I'm out. If you enjoyed what you've seen here, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.